thirsty. All right. Weapon lights. So I have 3 different brands of weapon lights on the table here. These are the 3 brands that I run, that I trust, that I use, that I've abused. So I feel that I can speak on these. Again, I'm a random guy on the internet, so take my review for what it's worth, which isn't much because it's my opinion. But anyway, I've run these weapon lights. I've used them. I've abused them, and so I want to bring you guys my thoughts on them. Again, you guys spend your money on what you want. I'm just going to bring you my thoughts on these weapon lights. So the first one we're going to look at is the SureFire here. So this is a SureFire Scout Light Pro. It is 350 lumens white light. This is the Vampire, so it can do IR and white. 350 lumens white light, 2.5 hour runtime, pretty good runtime. 11,500 candela is what they claim. The IR burns at 120 milliwatts and will run for a little over 16 hours. The weight of it with the battery is 4.15 ounces, and your average cost on SureFire's website is like $480, $490, depending on like color and stuff. So now that the technical mumble jumble, I'm going to throw that over here. You guys will see it. How does it perform? Well, it performs pretty good. I mean, it's a 350 lumen light, so it's not like going to melt your eyeballs or nothing like that. But it's good. You can identify targets at a range. You can identify threats in your home. You can identify threats at somewhat of a distance, which I'll try to throw a video in. But I'm going to try to demonstrate at distance. I've ranged a couple things out here on the farm, and I'm going to try to hit the light on them with these different lights and let you guys see what it is and at what the distance. So I'll roll the video in and let you guys see it.
Now we have the SureFire. Again, it's way brighter on camera than what it actually is in person. All these lights have fresh batteries in them and or are fully charged. But as you can see, this is going to be the SureFire. It's a wider beam, but you could still easily identify a target if you had to.
It's bright. I mean, it does what it needs to do. In terms of durability, it's a SureFire, guys. I mean, let's be real. The military use them, law enforcement use them, and they beat their crap up way more than I do. Now, I'm not easy on my guns by any means, and this one has been on here for a little while now, not super long. It did have a ModLite on it. If you guys watched the original video, the PSA Saber had a ModLite on it, and I switched it because I do run this gun under night vision every now and then. So there's that, and I wanted the IR capability. But it's a nice light. I mean, it works. I mean, you're going to get quality. When you spend that money, you're going to get quality. You'll be able to beat this thing up. It'll be able to handle abuse. So, I mean, you can't go wrong with it. I like it. It's not my favorite light on the table, but it is definitely one I would trust my life to and that I would recommend getting. So the next one we'll get to is heavy old AK, is the Streamlight. So Streamlight is definitely a budget brand. It's like this light runs like 115 on Amazon to like 125, 130, somewhere around there. So, and that comes with the mount, there's tail caps, switches, all that stuff. And like the SureFires and the ModLites, they don't come usually with all that kind of stuff out of the box. But this is the ProTac 350 lumens, a little over an hour runtime on high, 14 hours on low, 12,000 candela, so pretty close to the SureFire. And then with a battery, 4.3 ounces. And like I said, the cost 115 to 130 on Amazon or a couple other places. Great light. This is the like lowest I would go in terms of quality on anything I would trust my life to. Now, if you guys have seen my pistols and stuff like that, I run a lot of TLR series lights. But the Streamlight's a great light. Like if you got your PSA rifle, whether it's a Saber or just like a Freedom rifle, whatever, and you need a good weapon light that's quality, that's going to last you, that Streamlight's going to work. I've had this thing for 4 or 5 years now. It's been on a few different guns. It's been roughed around. It's been beat up. It's in pretty good shape. Like it's a little scratched up. The aluminum's coming through on some of it. But I haven't cracked the glass on the end of it or anything like that. And it runs. It's been wet. Like I haven't submerged it, but it's been rained on and stuff like that. It works great. I've had no issues with it. And again, if I can get the camera to pick up I'll throw some videos in on it at nighttime here.
Is the Streamlight ProTac. As you can see, bright, illuminates the trailer, and it looks brighter on camera than what it does with the naked eye. So I can make out the trailer, the barn a little bit. I could probably identify that there was a person over there, but definitely couldn't identify if there was a weapon or anything like that. Okay guys, so we're gonna start with the Streamlight ProTac. The house that you can see the windows glowing is 50 yards away. You can see it illuminates the house really well. Again, at 50 yards, you could easily identify a weapon. You could easily identify a target if you had to. You could see into the window, stuff like that.
But overall, it's a good light. It works really well. It's definitely a budget light. You can outfit 3 or 4 rifles, with these lights opposed to like a Streamlight. Or opposed to a SureFire or a ModLite for one rifle, So like the cost is there. But it's a good light, guys. I would highly recommend it for your first rifle. It was one of my first rifle lights. So great light. Highly recommend it, guys. Streamlight ProTac. Pick one up if you're not wanting to drop the mega coin for these other lights. So now final is my favorite light, by far the one that I have had the most time behind, the one that I run the most, the one that I own the most of, and have spent a ridiculous amount of money on, ModLite. I love ModLights. I hope I can get the videos to pick it up because these things are just ridiculously bright.
Now we have the ModLite with the spot head on it. I know you guys can see a difference on the camera because I can see a difference. I can see everything over there. I can see the barn behind the trailer over there. I can see the wheels. I can positively ID anything. I can see completely underneath the trailer. So, as you guys can see this, it is quite a bit brighter. But here's the spot head. There's a slight difference that I can tell. The beam is wider. I like this beam, but it offers, and you guys can see over there probably a little bit, it offers a bigger field of view instead of just a spot. Again, this is 50 yards away. We are at the ModLite. This is with the flood head. You can see a whole lot more of the house. Again, that is the flood head. Swap out to the spot. And there's the spot. Very good clarity. Very nice, bright, hot spot. Excellent.
It will throw a beam to the freaking moon. They're awesome. So this is the OKW 18650. Rechargeable 18650 batteries. What it comes with: 680 lumens, 69,000 candela, and it will throw a beam. 75-minute runtime, so kind of in the middle there, not terrible. It is 5.3 ounces with the battery, and the cost on the website for just the light, battery, and the head is $309. Now with the ModLights, you have to buy a tail cap. You can do like just a push pad, or you can do like a pad here. So there is a little bit more cost associated with like the ModLite and the SureFire in terms of like buying pressure pads and stuff like that. Now the SureFire, I believe mine came with a tail cap, just a push pad, like a push cap. The ModLite does not. So it's kind of in the middle of the road in terms of price. Like obviously your Streamlight's your cheapest. This is probably your next, and your SureFire is most expensive just out of the box. But you do got to sink a little bit more money in with the ModLights, which is kind of a downfall. It kind of sucks, but quality-wise, these things are built like tanks. To me, they're comparable in quality to the SureFires. They run. I've thrown these things in the barricades, dropped them, rolled around the ground with them, gotten them wet. Muzzle blast from this and my 7.62 guns, it holds up to every single bit of it. They run great. I can't really say much about it. I hope the video picks up how far these will actually shoot. So I have a field below the house here that's roughly 480 yards. And from my porch, I can spot in that field and I can see cows or coyotes or whatever it is down there. It will absolutely blind you if you move into a house and you know hit that light on somebody. It throws a beam. Uh, it's super cool. Now they do have flood heads, which I'll throw that in the video as well. If the camera will pick it up, they have flood and spot heads. I run the spots in mine just because I'm not kicking doors in. I'm not clearing houses and stuff like that. So to me, I'd rather have the spot for outside, so I can throw a beam a little bit farther. But if you're law enforcement, military, whatever, the flood head would probably be the best one, just because you can fill a room up with that light. But yeah, guys, the ModLite is my top pick. That's my favorite. But all three of these, you really can't go wrong with owning any of these rifle lights. Obviously, I trust my life to all of these rifle lights. A light to avoid, I would not get an O light. Now, I know you hear guys all the time rag on O lights, and then you hear guys who will show out for O light and stuff like that. I own O lights. I have 3 O-light rifle lights. They have been on rifles. I have used them. I have stopped using them primarily because of the quality of them. So I had an O-light on my Daniel Defense. Let's grab it really quick if I can find it. So here's an O-light. I had this on my Daniel Defense, and as you can see, it is dirty, it is scratched up, stuff like that. I ran this light on my Daniel Defense rifle. I got made fun of for running this light on my Daniel Defense rifle, but it is extremely bright. The charging system is awesome in it. Like it's nice. I don't like the way the cap connects. It's like a little magnet thing, and it comes off. Like you can flick it and get it caught on kit and stuff. But I've never had one explode. Like I know guys call these hand grenades and stuff like that, which I think is hilarious. But I've never had that issue. My issue is the quality. So this light in particular, I had it on a Daniel Defense, was running and gunning with it, had it slung around my neck, just talking to whatever. And one of my QDs let loose. I guess I caught on. I don't know, whatever. QD let loose. Rifle fell from chest height onto the ground, hit the light, bounced over, fell, and it broke the mount. The mount that's currently on this is bulged, and the screws are bent out of it, and there's a huge gap, a light between the mount and this. And then the actual mount itself, the M-lock part that mounts to the rifle, it just sheared, like it just broke it. To me, that's unacceptable. Again, I didn't throw the rifle, I didn't toss it, I didn't do anything to it. It just literally unslung and just fell, I don't know, like a foot and a half, 2 feet to the ground. Like I've dropped these guns on, with the weapon lights on them. I've beat these things up, and I've never had that issue before. So that to me was very concerning. Again, like the tail cap system would like come off and stuff, which is kind of annoying when you're running, nighttime stuff. Like they're bright. I use it as a handheld light. It's an excellent handheld light. It really is. It's super bright. It's great. I would not trust my life to an O light. I would not do it. I would not put it on a rifle that I was serious about running. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't like a 22, like you're going out and plinking and killing armadillos and stuff like that with. Sure. Like, yeah, absolutely. But like a defensive rifle, AR platform, AK platform, whatever it is, shotgun, I would not trust an O light. Just me, you do you. It's your money. You spend it how you want to. I don't care. That's my opinion from one guy on the internet. I would not trust my life to O light. Handheld lights, they're great. They're great. EDC lights, pretty good. Like, I'll give them that. Credit where it's due. But I will not run an O light on a rifle anymore. And I bought 3 of them. I have 3 rifle mounted weapon lights. Anyway, that's just my soapbox. I'll step down on it. But guys, yeah, so that's it. SureFire, Streamlight, ModLite, excellent brands. I've run them. I love them. That's my thoughts and opinion. But guys, that's all I got today. And if you guys have any questions about any of the guns you see on the table, let me know. I will be doing a update video on the PSA Saber here. I got a little bit more training to do with it. So I've got a few more rounds to run through before I can give you guys my final thoughts on it. This AK here, I'll be doing another review on it, an updated review on it since I've changed some stuff and got to run more of it. And then this is my new Sons of Liberty Gun Works kind of build that I've been tinkering with and fiddling with, and this is probably my go-to rifle from here on out. So I want to get a lot of time behind this before I give you guys my thoughts on it, because I don't want to just shoot 500 rounds and say, oh, it's the greatest thing in the world. So there is that. But I like it so far. It's pretty cool. But guys, thank you so much. If you have any questions about anything on the table, let me know in the comments below. Thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs down if you didn't. Comment, your thoughts. What weapon lights you run? What you like? What you don't like? What you want to see? I did have a guy comment on, I can't remember what video it was, but he wanted to see more of what's going on back there. So I'll probably do like a armory tour video, maybe. I don't know. You guys might like that. But I'll probably do that. Show you guys the shop. There's not really much behind the camera here that you guys can't see, but over here there's definitely some cool stuff. But guys, thank you again so much. I really appreciate the likes and the subs. Thanks for sticking around. I got some cool stuff this year for you guys. Hopefully some really cool stuff. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting year for sure. But guys, thank you so much for sticking around. Thanks for the likes and the subs. If you have any questions, let me know. Stay strapped, and I'll see you at the range.